It said mute on, mute off.
Right. Sorry. I haven't had a problem before, but we'll see here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
All right, getting set to start here. Bishop Gorman Varsity Division 2 versus the Orange Lutheran team. These teams met earlier in the preseason with Bishop Gorman taking that game 6-0. And we're underway. Larison and Ty Jones on D. Larison goes back for the puck. Gets it up to Gartsky on the wall. Gartsky tries to get up the wall. Kept in by Olu. And Larison picks it up, chips it, and it comes out. And Olu comes in offside as Gartsky picked that up. And there'll be a whistle and a neutral zone draw. This is the first of 3 for the Bishop Gorman Gales this weekend, and the last 3 games of the regular season before the playoff tournament, which starts next week. Kingston Thorne steps into the draw, wins it back to Larison, goes past him, in comes Olu, shot! Saved by Faircloth, and the puck's behind the net. Ryan Faircloth starting in goal for the Gales. Gartsky on the wall, gets it up to a streaking Klaus. Klaus is one-on-one, shot! Saved with the blocker. Tough to handle, good shot by Klaus. He's got that great shot from the point. Thorne handling down low, try to get it out to Klaus. Pass doesn't connect, and Olu snaps it out in the direction of Tyson Port. Port over to Jones. Jones has some room towards the net, wide, all the way around. Savenkov on it. Puck goes around. Olu player gets dropped in the corner by, I think, Murati. Puck sent in by Ty Jones, and he'll go for a change. All the way out. Maggio on it. Maggio racing for it. Hassled by the Olu player, but picks up the loose puck and gets it over to Fish. Fish chips it up the boards, and Olu takes control and sends it across. Savenkov back to Port. Port looking for some room. Gets it up in the direction of Murati. Olu dumps it deep, and Port's going to go back for it. Port up to Maggio, past him, kept in by Olu. Sent in the zone, bounces around, finally comes out. Bowinkle, that's Evan Bowinkle, tries to get to it. As Fish picks up a loose puck, comes out of the zone. Fish has it, dumps it in. He's bodied. Maggio helps out, and that's going to be an offside on the Gales. Early in the first, no score. Shot on goal each for the team. That brings out Halverson on the draw. Halverson has both Bowinkle brothers on the line with him. Evan and Marty. Puck's up the boards. Puck comes out to Ravino. Ravino has it a point towards the net block. Evan Bowinkle on it. Bowinkle has it. Bowinkle trying to walk to the middle. Gets it up to Martin Bowinkle. Evan Bowinkle puts it in the loose game. And it's a 1-0 Bishop Gorman lead. Evan Bowinkle picks up a loose puck and puts it in the open side. 1-0 Gales. That line will stay out. Halverson and the Bowinkle brothers. Face off, one back. Evan Bowinkle on it. Goes backwards, up the boards, and chips it out. Olu goes back for it. Snaps it across, and it's on the stick of Laidler. Laidler up to Martin Bowinkle. Good little tap pass to Halverson. Halverson has some room, one-on-one. Just passed. Got blocked partially. Evan Bowinkle lays a hit behind the net. Olu looking to come out with it. They do. They skate out with it. Laidler defending. Olu drops it in. Rubino will go back for it. Rubino spins and takes the puck. Puck bounces around in the feet of both players, and it's shipped out by Laidler. Here comes McCallie. Joey McCallie dumps it in. In the corner it goes. McCallie around the other side. That's Bartholomew. his first shift. Thorn on it. Olu takes it away and comes out. The pass. Rubino can't step up. Past him is Olu. Comes in. Shot. Score. And it's 1-1. Neutral zone draw after the goal. Thorn will take the face off. Referee stops the Olu player from coming in and boots the Olu player from the face off. Puck goes forward. It's Jones on it. Taken off his stick by McCallie. Can't control it. Back to Jones. Jones up the boards to Thorn. Olu snaps it across, intercepted by Larison. Backhanded in by Bartholomew off the stick of Thorn. Thorn regains control and gets it in the zone. Olu takes it away, and it's on the stick of Jones. Jones wires it in. Back behind the Olu net. McCallie on the forecheck. Good hit by McCallie. Presses the play. Gartsky now on it. Coming in is Fish. Fish trying to walk to the middle. Puck slides into the corner harmlessly as Olu sends up the board. Larison at the point, keeping it in. Makes a move and dumps in the corner. Gartsky behind the net. To Fish. Fish shot on goal. Saved by Olu as McCallie was lurking on the doorstep for a rebound. It was not to be. Fish on the offensive zone draw. He wins it back. It goes past Maggio, rolls out of the zone. Maggio has to race back for it. He does, and dumps it back in. Gorman tags up. He goes in on the forecheck. Back out to the point. That's Maggio towards the net. Tipped up high. Glove save. Back in by Gartsky. Blocked in front. Good tip in front. Gartsky picks up a loose puck. We're going to come to the middle. He had Klaus steaming in. The pass just goes past his stick. It comes all the way down. Maggio races for it. Maggio sends it around. Klaus leaves it for Ford. Ford tried to get it out to Gartsky. His pass doesn't go. Olu intercepts it, but Fish picks up a loose puck, and he comes through the neutral zone. Fish dumps it in. It's in the back behind the net. Olu picks up a loose puck. Up the boards, and Olu is out. Puck sent deep. Laidler back for it. Laidler looking up to Klaus. Klaus lets it go past him. Shot on goal by Olu, saved by Faircloth. Another shot tipped in front, bouncing, another save by Faircloth. Had to make a tough save on the bouncing puck. The puck goes in the corner. Laidler goes after it, gets it out to Fish. Fish dumps it in. Everybody goes for a change. Olu behind the net. Up the boards. Here comes Olu steaming in. Rubino defending. Shot partially blocked by Rubino. Olu tries to come out to the front. Has an open lane blocked, I think, partially by Halverson. Shot towards the net. Blocked by Halverson. Nope, that's low. That's Savenkov. Puck sent up the boards by Olu. Out they come. Through the neutral zone. Larison defending. Backhand to the middle off the stick of Faircloth. In the corner now. Olu to the high slot. To the point. Shot towards the net. Goes wide. Puck now in the corner. Rubino battling. He gets it up to Marotti. Marotti tips it to himself. And there's the puck. Taken in by Savenkov. Puck wheeled around. Rubino's there. Rubino drops it in. Puck sent around the other way. Thorn in the corner battling. Puck sent up the boards. Marotti sends it towards the net. Off the boards. Jones just can't keep it in with the hand. And Gorman has to retreat. Olu has it in their own end. D to D. D to D again. Puck sent up the boards. Olu gets out of his zone with it. Puck sent down deep. Martin Bowinkle with a big hit as the Olu player is slow to get up. Larison has it in the corner around to Ty Jones. Past him to Martin Bowinkle. Bounces back to Jones. He gets it around the other way to Larison. Larison takes the high road off a skate. Kingston Thorne on it. He gets dumped to the delight of the Olu fans. And Martin Bowinkle is going to go for elbowing. So Olu will be on the power play here. 9:17 left to go in the first. Shots on goal are 5-4 in favor of Bishop Gorman. They'll bring out Bartholomew, McCallie, Maggio, and Fort. Puck out to the point. Olu shot towards the net, tip, saved by Faircloth. Bounces around. Fort gets it out as far as the point. Another shot off a body in front. I think that was McCallie who took that one. And Gorman clears. Olu has it at the blue line. In they come on the power play. Got towards the net, blocked out to the point. Bartholomew challenges. Half wall shot, goes off a body in front. Doesn't make it to the net. Bartholomew protects the puck, sends it out, and it comes out of the zone. Wired in by Olu. Maggio going for it. Chipped over the Olu stick and out of the zone. And Olu's going to be offside. And there'll be a neutral zone draw for Bishop Gorman. Minute 14 left to go in the power play for Orange Lutheran. Fish on the draw. Puck pinballs around out of the zone now. Laidler got it out. In comes Olu. Shot blocked by Laidler. Puck down low. Backhand save. Rubino takes the puck up the boards. Down low in the corner. Out to the point. Down low again. Puck bounces to the middle. Laidler takes it and doesn't come out. Shot saved by Faircloth. It's in the middle. Faircloth couldn't cover that up. Rubino chips it to himself. Puck sent down low. Shot on goal. Saved by Faircloth. And sent down the ice by Fish. Kartsky gets on it. Olu goes wide side. And they're way offside. With 20 seconds left to go in the power play. With 7:37 left to go. 20 seconds on the power play. 7:37 left to go in the first. 1-1 score. Halverson steps in on the draw. Olu takes the puck, dumps it in the corner. Back behind Faircloth. That's Larison. Larison rims it around, and it's all the way out. Halverson racing for it. On the forecheck. Puck sent up the boards by Olu, but now it's on the stick of Larison. And he'll just wire it back the other way. As far as Halverson, big hit along the boards. Halverson goes down. Ty Jones steps up to make a play. That's it. Stuck in the neutral zone there. A couple bodies get on it. Sabenkov takes it. He's got some room. Walking in to the circle. Ducks around one. Sabenkov behind the net. To the front. Past Larison as he was creeping in. He sent down the ice. Icing was waved off. Jones on the puck. Jones looking for options. Penalties over. Even strength. Jones circles to Marotti. Marotti spins. Hassled by two Olu players. Comes off their stick. And Larison has the puck and some space. Gives it up to Sabenkov. Sabenkov dumps it deep. Back behind the Olu net. Off the boards. Olu sends it up. Jones is on it. Jones towards the net. Chipped by Thorne. Off a body. And now it's back behind the net again. Thorne forechecking. Takes a hit. Taken away by Savenkov. Up in the corner. Thorn burrows in after it. Marotti missed out on that puck, and it comes out to the neutral zone. Drop pass, shot by Olu, goes all the way around. Another shot goes wide the other way. Puck dropped down low. Laidler's on it. Laidler up the boards and out of the zone. Olu has it off their stick, and Laidler now has it. Laidler tried to get around, intercepted by Olu. Behind the net, tried to walk around with it. Thorn's there. Puck sent around to Marotti. Marotti gets it to Martin Bullwinkle. Marotti tries to get it out. Kept in, bounces off Laidler's skate, and Larison's on it. That's Laidler again on it. Laidler loses control. Olu gets it to the middle. Good job by Larison. Knocking it away. Puck behind the net. Larison goes for it. Intercepted by Olu. 91 has it in the corner. Tried to wrap around. Beckcloth had the paddle down. The puck bounces out on the stick of Larison. Larison stripped up, and it's going to be an Olu penalty. And they touch up, and it's going to be a power play for Bishop Gorman. It's going to be a trip. Fish on the draw, offensive zone draw to the blocker side of the Olu goaltender. Puck bounces around. Gartsky takes it, try to backhand. Blocked in front. Gartsky gives it up to McCallie. Down to Gartsky. Gartsky looking for some room. Klaus posting up in front. Larison at the point. Larison down to Fish off his stick. Olu player gets it. Blocked by Larison at the point. Keeps it in. Larison walks down. Try to get it to the middle. That Thorn to Klaus. Klaus. Shot doesn't go through. Coming across is McCallie to keep it in. Gartsky bodies the Olu player, trying to collect the puck there. Comes off the stick. Fish has it. Fish over to McCallie. Open. McCallie has it. Backhands it over to Port. Port walks in. Looking. Back behind the net. That's Gartsky. Gartsky looking for space. Gets it to Fish. Fish over to Port. Port has it. Winds up shot. Block. Port drops it down low. Gartsky on it. Klaus has it. Klaus comes to the middle. That's Gartsky on his stick. Just slides under his stick. And the shot doesn't go, and it's sent all the way down by Olu. Port on it. Chased down by the Olu player. Has to give it up to Savenkov. Savenkov on it. Savenkov to Halverson. Off his skate. Here comes Marotti. Marotti into the offensive zone. Marotti shot. Goes over the net. Bartholomew picks it up. Bartholomew towards the net. What a pass. Tipped in by Marotti. And it's a power play goal. And it's 2-1 in favor of Bishop Gorman. What a play. Great pass by Bartholomew. 2-1 Gorman. 2:59 left to go in the first. Evan Bullwinkle comes forward with the puck. He's got his brother with him. Snaps it towards the net. Blocked partially. Thorn will burrow in after it. Takes a hit. Evan Bullwinkle lays a hit as well. Olu player gives it right to Larison. Larison towards the net. Save. And the Olu goaltender will cover it up for the whistle. And an offensive zone draw. Thorn on it on the draw. It's a one by Olu, sent all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing on Olu. Thorne wins it back to Larson. Larson fires it, tipped in front by Thorne. Good save by the Olu goaltender as Thorne tipped it on goal. Thorne on the draw here. One by Thorne. Evan Bowinkle on it. Drops it into the corner. Puck sent around. Olu looking to come around with it. Good keep in by Martin Bowinkle. Thorne's on it. Thorne behind the net. Martin Bowinkle on it. Sent up the boards. That's Rubino. Rubino has some space. Shot towards the net. Wide. Laidler on it. Down low. Down to Thorne. Thorne takes a body into the corner. Puck sent up the boards. Laidler over his stick. Rubino has to go back for it. Rubino snaps it up to Bowinkle. Evan Bowinkle drops it in. Back behind the net. Center around. Block kept in by Evan Bowinkle. Try to come to the middle. Shot on goal. Saved by Olu as both Bowinkle brothers were working on the doorstep. And the Olu defense takes exception to that with 1:41 left to go in the first. Fish on the draw. Draw sits there available, and the puck just off the stick of McCallie as he walked in trying to get a shot off. Olu dumps it into the Gorman end. Maggio back for it. Takes a hit to make a play. On it is Fish. Fish with some speed through the neutral zone. Runs into Bartholomew. Walks to the middle. He's tripped up. And it's going to be another Bishop Gorman power play as Fish pushed the play. And Gorman will be on the power play. Last time out of the power play, they put one home on the goal by Marai. Two-one Gales, 1:20 left to go in the first. Marai on the draw. Marai wins it to Halverson. Halverson turns, gives it over to Port. Port snaps it over to Savenkov. Savenkov looking. Back to Port. Port at the top. Back to Savenkov. Savenkov walks in, blocked. And here comes Olu. Short-handed into the zone. Olu's in on the goalie. Off the crossbar. No goal. Olu has it. Shot blocked by Port. Halverson turns. Waits for reinforcements. 37 seconds left to go in the period on the stick of Bartholomew. He drops it in towards the net and gets a whistle. And 31 seconds left to go in the period. Still a minute 12 left to go in the power play for Bishop Gorman. Fish on the draw. Puck pinballs around on the stick of Klaus. Klaus fires one towards the net. Just saved by the goaltender. Larson has it at the point. Over to Fish. Pass doesn't connect. In the corner. Gartsky on it. Fish has it now. Fish looking. Changes places with Larson. Larson across the Klaus. Goaltender comes over and makes a great save. As Thorne has it. Now over to Gartsky. Gartsky to the middle to Klaus. He scores! Wow. From Gartsky. It's another power play goal. And it's 3-1 Bishop Gorman. And that's the end of the first period. Bishop Gorman leads 3-1, and there's going to be nobody in the box. And we'll skate five aside coming out in the second period. All right, getting set for second period action here at the Great Parks Arena in Anaheim. Bishop Gorman up 3-1 on the OLU squad. Halverson and the Vowickle brothers will be on a line. Halverson steps in, wins the draw, back to Larson. Larson snaps it over to Jones. Jones up to Martin Vowickle. He drops it in. Puck sent around, comes as far as Martin Vowickle, who wires one on net. Goaltender had to hug the post and make a save, and he covers it up for a whistle. Puck in the corner. Olu controls. Backhands it out. Larson kicks it back towards the Olu end. Back on his stick. Keeps it away. Olu comes in with it. Evan Bowinkle defending. Runs him into the boards, and the puck comes all the way out. Bowinkle on the pressure. Halverson throws a nice hit. Jones takes the puck, backhands it out. Olu has to regroup. Olu tries to get into the zone. Larson's there. Good job by Larson. Takes the puck, gives it to Bowinkle, and sends it out, trying to spring Halverson. Halverson just can't get to it. Puck sent as far as Larson. Olu into the zone. And Halverson has it now. Jones snaps it up. Evan Bowinkle drops it in, and Gorman will go for a change. Puck sent around. Bartholomew on it. Bartholomew drops it into the corner. It's on the stick of McCallie towards the net. Saved by Bishop, by the Olu goaltender, and out comes Olu. 2-on-2 into the zone. Back checking in McCallie. Puck sent up the boards. Fish intercepts it. He's all alone. Shot by Fish. Save up the mask of the goaltender. Comes all the way around to Laidler. Laidler drops it in. Keeping it in the zone. Puck just comes out past Rubino. Rubino snaps it over to Laidler. Past him. Back behind the net. That's Rubino. Rubino around towards Bartholomew. Can't get there. Comes up to McCallie. McCallie turns away. He's knocked down. Rubino knocks it away and has some room. Rubino with some room. Tips it off the boards to himself. Olu takes it over, sends it back in. Faircloth leaves it for Laidler. Laidler backhands it up, takes a hit into the Olu end. Here comes Olu. Thorne had him for a second. Puck sent up the boards, past everyone, back, and now Maggio's back for it. Maggio up the boards, out of the zone. Olu has it at their own blue line. Maggio stepping up, taken off his stick by Marotti. Marotti looking for some space, finds some in the middle, gets bodied off the puck. In comes Olu. They send it back. Rubino has it. Rubino looking back behind his own net. Checks up. Out comes Rubino. Rubino up to Marotti. Marotti at the Thorn. It's back to Rubino. Rubino back to Maggio. Goes off a body. Maggio can't get it out. Following up there. And he's knocked down with the hook, and Garfsky gets it in. And it's behind the net. Olu picks it up. Has to deal with the referee there. And they can't get it out. Finally, Olu picks up a loose puck. And now they're out. Up the middle, they drop it in. Maggio goes backward. He misplays the puck, but Halverson's there. And he gets it over to Savenkov. Savenkov has some space, looking for where to go with it. Goes high glass. Good, smart play by Savenkov, as he didn't have a passing lane. Back behind the net, Olu hassled by Port. Port kind of in no man's land, as he's a defenseman. He was forechecking. Puck sent it on goal on Faircloth. He leaves it for Maggio. Two players go battle for the boards, and swooping in is Halverson to pick it up off his stick. Port gives it away, trying to come out front. Olu has it in the circle, blocked by Port, and it's out of play. 12:35 left to go in the second period. 3-1 Gales. Tyson Port stuck out the leg and blocked that one. Face-off will be to the glove side of Faircloth. Fish takes a draw to the middle, knocked aside by Larison. Larison snaps it around. That's Gartsky. Gartsky, Klaus is racing forward, and he has the puck. He's in a lone shot. He thought someone was on him, so he kind of pulled the trigger a little too early, and it went wide. Gartsky throws the player to the ice. Klaus gets knocked down. Gartsky takes the puck. He's in alone. Puck comes off his stick, and it slides safely to the corner. I don't think he even got that on net. Jones steps up, knocked down by Olu with the glove. Fish along the boards. Olu gathers it and sends it up the boards. Out of the zone, they come. Chip it ahead. Larison jumps up, takes the puck, gets bodied. Puck goes past him. Swooping in is Jones. Gets it over to Fish. Fish chips it up the boards to Gartsky. Gartsky into the zone. 3-on-2. Slow developing, and Olu takes the puck and has it in their own end. Olu has some space. They come out. Jones defending. Around Jones, trying to come to the middle. Beckcloth had to paddle out. Puck slid in on goal. He had to make the save. Puck into the corner as both players battle for it. Evan Bowinkle comes out with it, and it's sent back in. Larison picks up a loose puck, and it goes out of over the glass for a whistle. It'll be a defensive zone draw for the Gales to the left of Ryan Fairclough. Thorns on it. On the draw, wins it towards Rubino. Rubino in a battle with the Olu player. He gets up to Bowinkle. Bowinkle chips it past the Olu player. It's a 2-on-1. Bowinkle, Martin, and Evan. Bowinkle takes his own rebound, and everybody goes flying into the net, and the net's off the moorings as Evan Bowinkle was headed towards the net. Good play by Martin, chipping it past the D-man to himself and forcing that 2-on-1. Offensive zone draw. Thorne. Little word for Martin Bowinkle on the faceoff. Thorne goes forward with it. It's on net. Rebound available behind the net now. Play comes out. Layler keeps it in. To the middle. Thorne on it. And that's going to be a penalty on Olu as the players come together. And Olu's going to go for tripping. Same guy, 93. That's his second penalty of the game. He had some words to the ref, and now he slammed the door. So he's not happy about it. But that'll be a power play for the Gales. They've scored on the last two power plays. See if they can convert again. Face off one into the corner. Olu controls it. And it's back behind the net. Gartsky on it. Olu picks up a loose puck. Good job by Klaus getting in the way of that. He picks it up. Leaves it for Fish. Fish takes a body, but gets it to Gartsky. Gartsky across. Thorne was open. Slid just under his stick. And Thorne tried to get it a little deeper. Gartsky helps it. Gets it down low. Olu snaps it the other way and out of the zone. Down to Faircloth. Faircloth will have it there. Leave it for Fish. Fish picks it up. Off the stick of Fish, but on the stick of Gartsky, dropping it back to Fish. Fish looking to come to the middle. It's attacked by two players to Klaus. Klaus Had a crazy angle shot. It's on the stick of Larison. He changes places with Thorne. Tries to walk in. Gives it up to Gartsky. Gartsky circles. And the pass gets the fish to the middle. It's on Larison's stick. He gives it up to Thorne. Thorne checks up. Thorne goes in the far corner to Fish. Fish to Gartsky. And Olu finally collects it and sends it all the way down. As Gorman will change up personnel and bring out another unit. Up the board, stretch pass, couldn't connect. Oh, the back ref waved it off, and the front ref called the offside or the icing, which that's not how it works. I don't know. I thought Savenkov got a piece of that. Anyway, that's not the call. It is an icing. 9:06 left to go in the second period. 30 seconds left on the Bishop Gorman power play. Puck stays up one by Olu. Olu player falls down, and ahead comes Savenkov. Savenkov has Bartholomew with him. Savenkov tried a backhand pass. Bartholomew couldn't get his stick loose. Puck picked up by Halverson. Halverson tries to get around one. He's held up. He has it behind the net. Halverson checks up, looking for some space. Looking for a passing lane. Out to Savenkov. Savenkov across to Marotti. Penalty's over on Olu. Shot towards the net by Marotti. Save as it's picked up by Halverson. Halverson back to Marotti. Marotti looking, walks in. Shot partially blocked. Marotti takes a body but keeps the puck. Tried to send it across. Nobody home. Savenkov drops it in. Bartholomew goes for it. Olu has it. Bartholomew picks up a loose puck, and Olu picks up another loose puck and sends it the length of the ice. And that's gonna icing's waved off on that one. Fort mishandles, recovers, and sends it back to Maggio. Maggio to Bowinkle off his stick. Olu picks it up, backhands it in. Fort's gonna pick up that loose puck. Back to Maggio. Maggio spinning. Maggio trying to lose the Olu forechecker. Has to give it up to Port. And taken by Halverson. Pass intercepted there by Martin Bowinkle. He has it coming in, shot towards the net, partially blocked, and Martin Bowinkle sprayed the goalie, and he's going to get a talking to. But no blood. 7:22 left in the second period. 3-1 Gales. Evan Bowinkle on the draw. He wins it. Martin Bowinkle there. Puck gets past Laidler. Over to get it is Rubino. Rubino back up the same board to Martin Bowinkle. Picks up the puck. Back up to Rubino. Rubino has some space. Into the Olu zone. Shot by Rubino. Save! Puck dropped in, and the rebound went just wide. Sent up the boards. Martin Bowinkle towards the net, all the way around. Rubino racing for it. Puck chipped over his stick, and back is Evan Bowinkle. There's going to be a penalty on Joey McCallie for interference. So the Gales are going to be on the penalty kill. Kingston Thorne on the defensive draw. Gorman trying to kill this penalty here to keep it a 2-goal game. Thorne wins it forward again, all the way down. Thorne's done that a bunch of times throughout the season when the other team's least expecting it is win the faceoff forward. It's a nice little play, change of pace, and the other team usually doesn't have an answer for it. Pass doesn't connect, and Jones is going to take it and wire it out into the Olu end. Number 19 of Olu has it on his stick, looking to come into the zone. Puck intercepted and sent out of play by Klaus. And the faceoff will come inside the Gorman end. Faceoff won by Gorman. Jones rims it around as far as the blue line, kept in by Olu. Along the circle, Larson sweeps it away. And Marati's on it. And he sends it as far as the blue line. And Larson helps it the rest of the way. Olu regroups in their own end. Number 19 of Olu back into the zone. Leaves it for 85. Shot blocked by Larson. And Olu had it on their stick. Couldn't get the backhand to go as Faircloth was down in the goal crease. Puck into the corner. Now out at the point. Olu has it at the point. Drops it down low. Looking, walking the circle, walking the middle. Fish gets his stick on it. Draw pass to the point. Shot towards the net. Tip. Saved by Faircloth. Rebound doesn't go. Larson picks up a loose puck. And it's out of the zone. 29 seconds left to go in the Olu power play. And that's an icing on Orange Lutheran. And it'll be an offensive zone draw. 22 seconds left to go in the PK. 5:10 left to go in the second period. Halverson will step in for the draw. Maggio at the point, towards the net, just wide. Not by much. Olu sends it to the middle. Sports there to intercept that. Back on the stick of Olu through the neutral zone. Halverson gets in the way, takes the puck. Halverson takes a huge hit from behind, and that's going to be a penalty. Halverson slow to get up. Can't do that. So 3 seconds left to go in the McCallie penalty, and then the Gales will be on the power play. So he's going to get a 2 and 10 for hitting from behind as the Lancers will sit someone else to serve the 2-minute penalty while the other player who committed the foul, number 86, will sit for 10. Big opportunity here. McCallie's out in 2 seconds, and the Gales will be on a power play. Finch can't keep it in. It goes all the way down. McCallie goes to the bench, replaced by Garsky. And Larson picks up the puck, leaves it for Fish. Fish has it, steams out of his own end. Fish into the Lancers' end. Loses control of the puck. Backhand set up, kept in by Garsky. Garsky has it behind the net. Garsky out to Klaus. Score! Garsky to Klaus again. Garsky to Klaus again as their brother team is making the board do the wave. (4-1). That penalty's over. Klaus has 2 on the night. Larson at the red line. McCallie now battles for the puck. Sent down the ice. Olu on it. Jones races for it. Jones takes a hit, makes the play. Gets it up to Bartholomew. Olu pinches and keeps it in momentarily. Thorne gets it out. Olu defenseman's there, and he weaves his way through the neutral zone. He has it, gets around Larison to the middle. Shot just goes wide. Back behind the net now. Pinned to the boards by Jones. Jones sends it around. McCallie tries to get to it off a couple of sticks and along the wall, and Thorne emerges. Thorne takes a hit, sends it around to Jones. Jones just can't get it out. Olu gets it in, but right back to Jones. Finally, he gets it out off a stick, and McCallie's ahead. He's one-on-one. McCallie tries to go around one, and I think McCallie's going to go. Oh, and Olu comes in as McCallie threw a hit as he tried to come in. And it's going to be number 93 again for Olu. McCallie will get the initial penalty, but we're going to skate 5 aside. As both players are called for a penalty. Referees discuss it. McCallie came in one-on-one on the play, and as he was trying to dangle around the Olu player, he kind of threw an elbow, and well, he did throw an elbow, so that was the initial penalty. And then the Olu player took exception to that. He got a roughing call. So 5-on-5, we skate. Face off in the offensive zone for the Gales. One back, that's Rubino. Rubino flies it towards the net, just wide. Laidler picks up the puck that rimmed all the way around. It's over to Marotti. Marotti has it in the corner. Fish comes and helps out. Takes a hit. Marotti takes it off the wall. Tried to walk to the middle. Behind the net. Savenkov. We're going to come out with it. Oh, Lou picks up that loose puck. Stays in. Gale still have it on the stick of the Olu player. Up the boards. Past Rubino. And Laidler picks up in his own end. Laidler up to Savenkov. Savenkov to the middle. That's Johnny Fish. Knocked off his stick. Good job by Marotti keeping it in. Coming the other way is Olu. Laidler at the point. Keeps it in momentarily. Olu picks it up. Snaps it out on the stick of Rubino. Rubino snaps it over to Laidler. Laidler up the middle to Savenkov. In comes Olu. They're offside. And that'll be a whistle. 2:13 left to go in the second period. 4-1 Gales. Halverson on the draw. Wins it to Evan Bullwinkle. Halverson battles. Bullwinkle takes the body, and it's on the stick of Port. Port around to Maggio. Maggio pinned to the wall. Battles and gets it over to Martin Bullwinkle, who takes a hit, and it comes out. Slides out of the zone. Nobody can really control it. Puck sent up the boards. Maggio keeps it in the neutral zone. Maggio's mauled by two Olu players. 3-on-2 battle ensues along the wall. And Martin Bullwinkle tries to wire it in. He goes as far as the blue line. Now it gets in, picked up, and the puck just, they couldn't collect it as they were both going for it, and out comes Olu. Olu in the circle, saved by Faircloth, rebound, score. Faircloth made the initial save, but picked up the loose rebound and put it home. It is 4-2 now with 1:13 left to go in the second period. Kingston Thorne on the draw. Goes forward with it. Sent off the wall. Jones going to go back for it. Olu has some life, it looks like. At least their crowd does. Dropped in by Olu. That's going to be Jones. Jones on it. Jones backhands it over to Larison. Larison chips it up past Gartsky and back down to Larison. Larison snaps it around to Jones. Jones up to Klaus. Klaus. Pass doesn't connect. Finally, he gets it to Gartsky, and they're in. Over to Klaus. Klaus shot for the hat trick. The puck was loose, and Gartsky pokes it. Goes to the wall behind the net. Here comes Olu, 2-on-2. Make that a 2-on-3. Good hip check. Good hit by. Oh! This is going to be a penalty call. What's the call? It looks like they're going to get Thorn. Looks like they're going to get Thorn. And Thorn's going to get a penalty for roughing. Roughing. .8 seconds left to go in the second period. 2-goal lead for the Gales. Puck to the corner. Larison on it. Larison gets it to Halverson. Halverson snaps it all the way down. Back behind the Olu net. 10 seconds left to go in the period. They wind it up. 3 seconds left. In comes number 19. Shot saved by Faircloth, and that's going to do it for the second period. With 1:41 left to go in the power play, the Gales will start the second period shorthanded. Third period action coming up. It says mute on. Yeah. All right. Third period action here from the Great Parks Arena in Anaheim, California. Bishop Gorman up 4-2, but has to kill this penalty as they are shorthanded with Kingston Thorne in the box. McCallie takes the draw. Puck sent over. Olu comes into the zone. Lather's back. Shot saved by Faircloth, and he covers it up. The faceoff will be to the left of Faircloth, to the corner. Rubino has it in the corner, battling. Puck's at his feet. He keeps it. He pins it to the boards, killing some time. Taken off his skate by McCallie. He rims it around, and Halverson chips it the rest of the way. It's in the neutral zone. Halverson, he pins it to the boards. Olu digs it out. They go cross ice. Pass doesn't connect. As they'll go back in their own end. Olu has it. Blocked. And Faircloth will cover that up. And they've killed minute 7 off the power play. Face out to the right of Fairclough. Evan Bowinkle on the draw. He's got his brother as the other forward. Linesman not dropping the puck. Evan wins the faceoff. Maggio back there. Olu has it behind the net. Trying to come to the middle. Intercepted by Port. Comes out to the blue line. Shot towards the net. Gets the Fairclough. He makes the save. And he makes the save on the rebound, too. Puck in the corner now. It squirts out onto Martin Bowinkle's stick. And he sends it all the way down to the Olu goaltender, who misplays it a little bit. Picked up by Evan Bowinkle. Tried to come around and couldn't pull the trigger as he had an open cage if he could have gotten the shot off. Olu through the neutral zone. Maggio steps up. Martin Bowinkle takes the puck away. Rims it around to the point. Cross ice to the circle. Shot. Bounce off a body. Off a skate and goes wide. Sent all the way down by the Gales. And the penalty's over on Thorne. And we stayed 5 aside. Out comes Olu. In the neutral zone, Garski pins his man, gets it deep. Thorne's the first on the puck. He has Garski in front, gets it to him. Garski just can't get it on net. Good pass by Thorne. Back behind the net. Thorne to Klaus in the middle. Garski tries to get it to Klaus. Klaus knocked down. Puck's available. And the Gales just can't get their stick on it as Larison picks up a loose puck. And the puck's chipped out. Larison back for it now. Larison to Jones. Jones to Gartsky. Gartsky drops it in, but it's blocked. And Larison picks it up. Loose puck. Drops it in. Goes after it himself. Olu comes out, sends it all the way down. Rolling puck's going to go down for an icing. And the Gales will be on offense. And an offensive zone draw. 14-14 left to go in the third. 4-2 Gales. Johnny Fish on the draw. Olu had 6 players on the ice. We know that's not allowed. Puck sent back. That's Rubino. Rubino drops it towards the net. Bounces off a body all the way to the net. And the goaltender picks it up. Picks up a loose puck. Fish on the draw again. Wins it clean. Back to Rubino. Rubino looking for a room. Shot towards the net. It's loose. Savenkov tried to poke it in. Laidler has it now. Marati to the middle. That's Fish. Fish on it. Fish. Up to Rubino. Rubino steps in towards the net. Bouncing puck saved by the Olu goalie. Fish picks up a loose puck. Fish. Trying to get it back to Rubino. Puck comes out. Kept in by Laidler. Laidler shot towards the net. Saved in the armpit of the Olu goaltender. And he holds on through a whistle. Good offensive zone pressure by this line. That'll bring out a new unit. Halverson will take the draw. Halverson. Bartholomew first on the puck. Picked up by Halverson. Loose puck. He's got McCallie out front. Trying to go to him. It's in! It's in! Halverson from behind the net. Puts it home for a 5-2 lead. He was trying to center it. And it ends up in the back of the cage. 5-2 Gale. Halverson's first of the night. Takes up one by Halverson to Maggio. Maggio gets it up to Bartholomew. Bartholomew drops it in. McCallie goes after it. Puck up the boards. Not out. Olu has it in their own end. Circling. Finally they get it out. Back checking McCallie. It's on the stick. And that's going to be a penalty on McCallie. And it's going to be a hook. McCally's third penalty of the game. .13:04 left to go in the game. 5-2 in favor of the Gale. But they will be shorthanded as the Bullwinkle brothers come out to kill this off. Thank you. Martin Bullwinkle shot out of the counter like a fireball. Shot saved by Faircloth with the blocker. And there's going to be another penalty. Fort and 19 go after each other. And it looks like Fort's going to go. No, they're both going to go. High stick on Fort. And a rough. And should be an unsportsmanlike conduct as he slams the bench, slams the door. So still 5-on-4. As the Olu fans yell at the referee. And Bullwinkle wins it to Larison behind the net. Larison snaps around to Martin Bullwinkle. He gets it up. And Evan Bullwinkle on the forecheck. 93-on-93 right now. And 93 of Olu loses it. Evan Bullwinkle loses his edge. And Olu behind the net. Pass goes as far as Larison. Larison towards the net. Save by the Olu goalie with the leg. They snap it out. Try to come out, and Martin Bullwinkle is going to go for hooking. Evan Bullwinkle, and he's going to go too. And Evan Bullwinkle, Evans Bullwinkle's hit was clean, but it was a penalty for what reason we'll see. Martin got the initial hook. So let's see what the calls are here. Looks like the initial call is going to go to referees talk it over. Martin Bullwinkle had the initial penalty on the hook, and then it was a clean hit by Evan Bullwinkle as the Olu parents lose their mind and start yelling at the ref. And let's see what the calls are. And it looks like both Bullwinkle brothers will sit. Already in the box is Fort and McCallie. So there's going to be no penalty on the Olu players. Let's see. As they all sit neatly in the bench as if they didn't do anything wrong. And someone will be sitting Evan Bullwinkle, that's Savenkov. He goes and sits one of the penalties. Referee's explaining it to Coach Brooks. And it's 5-on-3, it looks like. What a mess. Face off in the defensive zone. It's a 5-on-3. Time to kill off some penalties for the Gales. The referee comes back over to the scorer's table. Still sorting things out. All right, it looks like they're set. They got everything sorted out. Still a 5-on-3. Thorn on the draw and can't get it out after the point. Olu, 93, has it to the circle. Shot saved by Faircloth with the glove. And Thorne wins it to Jones. Jones rims it around. Doesn't come out. Olu has it at the point. Jones defending. Shot towards the front. Larson blocks it. Gets it to Thorne. Thorne has it. Thorne into the neutral zone. 3-on-5. Drops it in. Kills some time. Olu takes it. Out they come. Into the Gale zone. Larson's back there. Olu tries to stuff it. And it's out to the point. Now it's on the wall. Cross. Shot. Save. Shot. Another save by Faircloth sliding across. What a save. As the rebound went straight out and Faircloth came across. Halverson on the draw. 3 seconds and McCally's back. Penalty is up on McCally. And there's still more time left because there was a third penalty there. Jones takes it though, wires it all the way in. And Halverson's on the forecheck. 3-on-2 the other way. Good job by Larison and sent the rest of the way by Halverson. 30 seconds left to go in the second power play, or second penalty to Martin Browinkle. That hook. Olu circles the net, out to the point, over to the circle. Shot saved by Faircloth. Rebound goes wide. Olu circles at the point, to the other point, shot towards the net, tip, save. Another shot, another save. Coming over by Faircloth. He has been spectacular. And still a 5-on-3. We should have one player back. Still a 5-on-3. Not sure what is going on. Loose shot. They have it in front, but it's on the stick of Halverson. He sends it all the way down. It's like 37 seconds left to go in the penalty. And intercepted by Thorne. Thorne picks up a loose puck. Thorne hassled. Olu has it behind their own net. With 15 seconds left. Laidler defending. Checking up is the Olu player. Back out to the point. Shot. Over to the wall. Shot saved by Faircloth. And there's 2 seconds left to go in the penalty. So 3 Gales are out of the box. The remaining two will come out in 2 seconds. .906 left to go in the period. 2 seconds left to go on this. Well, one of the penalties is over, so it's a 5-on-4. Thorne will be on the draw here. Referee sorting it out again. As I don't know why we stayed on a 5-on-3 when the second penalty was up. I think that was wrong. Anyway, it looks like it's a 5-on-4 now. The Olu team didn't even close the door. The referee comes and does it. And clock! They didn't start the clock, so the penalty wasn't over. Puck's in the middle. Clock's still not started. And there's a hook on Olu. And it will be a 5-on-4 momentarily. Now it is a 5-on-4. Power play for the Gales. As they never started the clock, so Bullwinkle's penalty should have been over 10 seconds ago. But the kid in the box was doing the score timekeeping's confused. And the Olu fans continue to berate the referees as Olu comes out with the puck. Olu walks in. Larison defending. Thorne on it. Larison has it. Larison behind his own net. Gales on the power play. Up to Fish. Fish snaps it across to Thorne. Thorne walks down the wall. Takes a hit. Gets it to Gartsky. Gartsky to the middle. Bounces. Fish has it. Fish scores! And it's 6-2 Gales. Another power play goal. That's the 4th for the Gales. 8:18 left to go in the third, and it's 6-2 Gales. Everybody's out of the box. The boxes are clean. And it's Fort on the puck. Maggio snaps it up to Gartsky. Gartsky drops it in on goal. Bouncing puck. Gloved down by the goaltender of Olu. And there will be a whistle. 8:10 left to go in the third. 6-2 Gale. Thorn on the draw. Puck bounces around, picked up by Olu, snaps it over to Maggio. Maggio gets it with the glove, chips it in. Olu takes over. Up the middle, pass doesn't connect, but that's going to go down to Faircloth. It gets knocked loose by the Olu player. He has it behind the net. Gartsky picks up the puck in the middle, has some space. Gartsky through the neutral zone, dumps it in. He'll go after it himself. Puck behind the net. Gartsky tries to chip it to himself. Puck sent around. Olu gets it to the middle. Taken away by Halverson momentarily. And in comes Olu. Port's back to get it. Port to Maggio. Maggio ahead of the play. Knocked out of the air with a high stick. Halverson swoops in to pick it up as no one could play it for Olu as they were waiting for the high stick to be touched. Olu now has it. Sends it up the boards. And puck sent into the Gorman bench. And that'll be a whistle. 6:55 left to go in the game. 6-2 Gale. Shots on goal 28 for the Gales, 21 for the Olu Lancers. Referee over talking to the guy in the stands. And he's going to go talk to his other ref. Another delay. And Evan Vowinkle will be back in the box for some reason. Not sure why. All right, Fish on the draw. One back to Larison. Larison snaps it in on goal. Glove down by the Olu goalie, and he'll stop play with a whistle. We're 5-on-5. I don't know, Vowinkles must have been a 10 because it was served by Savenkov, so they must have given him a 10. And they let him out, not knowing. Scorekeeper doesn't seem to know what to do. Fish tried to get the point, intercepted by Olu, but Jones is there, sends it back in. And that's Larison, snaps it in. And the Gales are offside. And the puck's going to come, face-off's going to come all the way down. .6:32 left to go in the game. Thorn on the draw. Puck is in the corner, and it's on net. Faircloth's going to pick up the loose puck, get a whistle. As it kind of slid into his blue ice, and he said, not going to continue with this. Sent on net, just past Faircloth. Jones gets it behind the net. As they battle, Thorn picks up a loose puck. And out come the Gales. Thorn drops it in, sends it to himself. Tries to get it to Marotti. Marotti shot on goal. Save. And then put in again. Backhanded out of the air by Marotti. And that's going to be a 7-2 score. And the Gales putting up 7. Marotti with another one. Jake Marotti, his second of the day. Klaus has 2. Marotti has 2. Varsity takes a loose puck, and Olu snaps it up. Goes past Rubino. Rubino picks it up. He's behind his own net. Checks up. Gets knocked down. Puck comes out. Gartsky picks it up. Gartsky up the ice. Gartsky. Puck's shot is blocked. Picks up a loose puck. Backhands it to the middle. Lather steps up. Lather's there towards the net. Blocked. Olu has it. Gartsky keeping it in. Forces it behind the net. Comes the other way. That's Klaus. Klaus on it. Klaus tried to walk to the middle on the stick of Gartsky. Gartsky up the side of the net. Puck now in the corner. Gartsky on it. Gartsky pinned to the boards by 2 Olu players. Gets it to Halverson. Halverson behind the net. Halverson up to Lather. Lather back down low. That's Gartsky. Gartsky to the middle. Blocked by Olu. Sent up the boards. Kept in by Lather. Halverson drops it down to Gartsky. Klaus on it now. Klaus back to Gartsky. To the middle. Coming in. Rubino was creeping in from the point. Puck sent down deep. And Laidler picks it up. Laidler has it. Snaps it up to Klaus. Klaus tips it in. Olu on it. Send it around. Laidler's there. Goes off a body, and out comes Olu on the stick of Rubino. Rubino backhands to Fish. Fish now on it. Fish trying to walk in. Martin Bullwinkle sends it to the middle. Fish over to Bartholomew. Bartholomew looking. Shot. Save with the blocker. Comes back to Bartholomew. Down to Martin Bullwinkle. Martin Bullwinkle. Shot. Goes all the way around to Rubino. Rubino backhands it in. Fish takes it. Fish to the middle. Fish back to Martin Bullwinkle. Try to go back to Fish. Falling down is Martin Bullwinkle. Keeping it in is Laidler. Martin Bullwinkle with the shot. Blocked. Another shot. Blocked again. Puck backhanded all the way out. And Rubino will go back for it. And Rubino comes out the middle. Rubino with some space. Here comes Rubino. Rubino into the Olu end. Rubino gets it knocked off his stick as he was trying to make it all the way to the net. Fort stepping up. And Fish is back. 2-on-1. Puck sent on goal. Faircloth makes a save. Puck sent to the front. Bounces around. Olu has it now. Bartholomew ties up his player. Taking off his stick. Olu just can't get it out, and it's going to go back to Port. Port snaps it behind the net. That's Fish. Fish is going to send it up the ice all the way down. And it's going to be an icing on the Gales with 2:39 left to go. Actually, there's running time right now. So it's going to be about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. By the time we get to the faceoff, it'll be about 2 minutes, 20 seconds. 7-2 Gales. The Gales D3 team won earlier today in their game against Santa Margarita. And Marotti on it. In the Gales end. Port. Thorn through the neutral zone. Thorn converged on by 3 players. Picks up the puck. Thorn takes a hit. And there's Marotti. Thorn picks up a loose puck. Taken off his stick by Olu. Olu races ahead. They have a 3-on-2. Blocked by Port. Puck in the corner. The paddle comes down for Faircloth. And Marotti picks up the loose change and drives into the Olu zone. He's surrounded. Picked up by Savenkov. He dumps it deep. In the corner now. Olu back behind their own net. Olu into the neutral zone, tested by Halverson. And taken away by Gartsky. Gartsky in alone. Shot by Gartsky over the net. Puck sent around. Gartsky was in all alone. As Klaus lays a hit. Puck's in the corner, sent up the boards. Maggio at the point. Maggio dumps it in. 45 seconds left to go in the game. Gartsky behind the net. Knocked down from behind is Halverson. Puck goes up to Larson at the point. Gets it down to Klaus. Knocked off his stick and out. Oh, sorry, that was Halverson. Out comes Larson with the puck in his own end. And off a skate, almost dangerously in front, picking up a loose puck is Halverson. And trying to get loose is Klaus, racing for a loose puck, and the Olu end picks it up. He's tripped up. No call. As Olu takes it behind their own net. And has the puck, and that'll do it. And the Gales will win that one 7-2 over the Orange Lutheran Lancers. Game 2 of this weekend trip tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. 7-2 Gales. Final score.